In the ever-expanding world of DC Comics, a new generation of villains has emerged, each more bizarre, unpredictable, and terrifying than ever before. These characters don't just defy the norms, they defy explanation itself. Welcome back to Top 10 Nerd. Here are the newest DC villains that defy explanation. Number 10. Pariah. Making their first appearance in Crisis on Infinite Earths issue 7 back in 2020. Pariah's tragic debut in the Arrowverse's Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover event brought him to the forefront as a villain torn between being a victim and a pawn. It's really not a great place to be. Dr. Chester Runk. He was once a brilliant scientist, and then he was cursed to watch the destruction of countless universes without being able to intervene. His first major moment of prominence came when his actions indirectly fueled a multiversal collapse. Oops! This solidified his dark role in cosmic crises. The weight of his curse led him on to take actions that made him both a reluctant ally but also an unwilling threat to those that he cares about, particularly as he's drawn into these larger battles involving the destruction of, well, you know, reality itself. Hard day to be a villain, especially in the DC universe. Number 9. The Batman Who Laughs. Sounds funny, but it's actually pretty terrifying. Making his first appearance in Dark Knight's Metal issue 2, the Batman Who Laughs represents the terrifying fusion of Batman's genius and, as you would have guessed, the Joker's madness. His emergence from the dark multiverse was cemented in 2020's The Batman Who Laughs series, where his twisted dystopian version of Gotham and his plan to remake reality in his image, of course, thrust him into the spotlight. Hard to ignore someone when they're doing all that. One of his most menacing moves involved poisoning Gotham's entire population with a fear toxin, which he manipulated through corrupted versions of Batman's rogues. Number 8. The Magistrate. His first appearance was in Future State number 1. The Magistrate debuted as this dark authoritarian regime that seeks to control Gotham and of course eliminate all metahumans and vigilantes. What a peaceful world. This militarized force enacts a future where Gotham's forced into submission with no room for heroes. Their rise to power was highlighted in the Future State event where the Magistrate set its sights on Batman and all of his allies, enforcing this brutal crackdown on crime fighters. With the city in their grip, the Magistrate quickly became a symbol of society terrified of its protectors, which of course pushed Gotham into a future of surveillance, fear, and suppression. Ergo, not where you want to live. Number 7. Heartless. Making their first appearance in Batman the Detective back in 2021, Heartless is a chilling new villain who stalks Gotham with a twisted obsession. His name, first of all, comes from his habit of literally stealing the hearts of his victims in this grotesque manner. I mean, I don't have to explain anything more, it's pretty gross as is. His presence was felt in Batman the Detective, where he became one of the most sinister threats to Batman's criminal world. Heartless represents a disturbing fusion of dark science and sadism, with his heart-stealing abilities making him one of the more uniquely terrifying figures in Batman's rogues galleries. I mean, yeah, he steals hearts, in a literal sense. Number 6. The Court of Owls. Their first major expansion was in Batman 105 back in 2021, and while the Court of Owls initially appeared in 2011 at first, their growing influence and expanded role in recent years have honestly transformed them into a more prominent and sinister force. They might be the big bad in the next Batman movie with Robert Pattinson, so keep this in your brains. In 2021, in Batman 105, we delved deeper into the Court's role in Gotham's history, exposing the depths of their manipulations and control. They're kind of like the Illuminati, a little bit, only with more owls. They're a secret society that's been pulling the strings behind Gotham's politics, industries, and its very streets, all while keeping Batman in the dark about their true power. This secretive, lethal organization challenges Batman not just physically, but of course mentally, making them an ever-present force to be reckoned with. Number 5. Red X. Making their first appearance in Teen Titans Go back in 2020. Red X was originally a figure in Teen Titans Go, but his role did expand in 2021 where he made his comic debut. It's always nice to start on screen and then move it to the pages. He's a rogue member of the Teen Titans. Red X became an adversary to the team with his own set of unpredictable rules. Though not as physically menacing as some of the other villains on our list, his ability to outthink and betray his former teammates truly does elevate him to a dangerous new level. Red X's mysterious identity and unorthodox approach make him a formidable wild card in the world of DC's heroes and villains. Number 4. Devastator. Making their first appearance in Dark Knight's Metal back in 2017 and then in 2020 onward, Devastator, the bat god of the dark multiverse, not to brag, rose to prominence in 2020's Dark Knight's Death Metal event. Now, his creation is the result of a twisted version of Bruce Wayne who becomes infected with Doomsday's DNA. Yeah, you gotta imagine that. That's trouble. This combination of Batman's intellect and Doomsday's brutal strength makes Devastator one of the most overwhelming figures in DC Comics. With his relentless thirst for destruction, he became this terrifying member of the Dark Knights, challenging heroes with his godlike strength and of course his dark purpose. His dark villain purpose, of of course, always in there. His power to obliterate anything in his path made him an ever-present threat in the battle for the multiversal survival. It's always bad when the multiverse is at stake. Number 3, the Key. The Key made their first appearance in Superman Worlds of War back in 2021. Now, the Key emerged as this psychological powerhouse and manipulator back in 2021, playing a pivotal role in Superman Worlds of War storyline. Now, this villain's ability to exploit human weaknesses paired with his strategic genius has of course made him a serious threat to Superman and also the Justice League. In his plot to weaken Earth's defenses, the Key used his mind control capabilities to manipulate powerful figures and spread chaos by attacking not only the physical but also the emotional core of his enemies. Yeah, he gets you deep, right in your soul. The Key proved to be a formidable and unsettling foe in the latest challenges faced by DC's greatest heroes. So if you haven't heard of him, go check him out. Really scary stuff. Number 2, the Devourer of Gods. Now that's a name, come on, what are we talking about? Making their first appearance in Justice League Darkseid War, the anti-life entity, also known as the Devourer of Gods, made its chilling debut in the Darkseid War, where it embodied the very concept of destruction and entropy. Its role as a cosmic level threat and sought to erase the essence of life made it an unstoppable force in the multiverse. Again, kind of a hard game plan, kind of hard to go against that guy. This entity played a crucial part in Darkseid's ultimate goal of rewriting reality, making it of course a pivotal figure in the War of the Gods saga. Now, the sheer scale of its power combined with the goal of ultimate destruction, this absolutely solidifies it as one of the most dangerous new villains in DC's mythos. And finally, number 1, Abyss. Making their first appearance in Batman issue 118 back in 2021. Abyss is a shadowy and enigmatic villain who made their debut as a dark mirror to Batman's mission, which doesn't sound good. Cloaked in darkness and wielding the power to literally blind their opponents by plunging them into this overwhelming void, Abyss is a master of fear and mystery. Yeah, I don't want to end up in a void. I'm all set, thanks. In their debut arc, Abyss operates as part of a global conspiracy involving none other than Lex Luthor, creating chaos on an international scale. This new villain does force Batman to confront the limits of his detective skills and his reliance on sight and light. Yeah, when you're fighting in the dark against this guy, you're gonna be feeling around a bit. Abyss's chilling demeanor and unique abilities make them a standout addition to Batman's rogues gallery, embodying the literal and metaphorical darkness that the Dark Knight actually fights against. Yeah, talk about meeting your match. My gosh. Thanks for joining us on Top 10 Nerd, and we'll see you next time. I'm Taylor McWatters. Peace. Here are the newest DC villains that defy explanation, and then I'm gonna go on to explain them. You can't explain these guys, and then I explain them. Dark role in cosmic crises. Crises. Crisisize. Jesus Christ. Heartless represents a disturbing fusion of dark science and sadism. Sadism? Yeah, sadism. Sadism?